Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Angela and I live in Garden in Zone 8 in a suburb of DFW in Texas. And so today I was at Lowe's and I had to pick up a few things, and I saw all these gorgeous new plants that were not here last time I was here. So I thought I need to show you what they have in stock. So today's March 3rd. And spring is here. So I'm excited to show you what they have. So let's hit it. Let's go. Okay, so right as we walk up, they have a bunch of snapdragon and some Johnny Jump Up little violas that are really cute. So they have little white and yellow faces on them with purple. Very, very, very cute. Oh, there's some orange ones too. And then they've got a few colors of snapdragon and then marigold. And those look like dianthus. Let's see. Yes, these white dianthus. Oh, they've got some larger pansies too mixed in here with the violas. And then they also have petunias coming in. And these are 4-inch pots. These white ones also. And then that pretty pink dianthus. And the yellow marigold and orange marigold. And then over here they have candy tuft. It's looking really good right now. It's cold hardy down to -40. It says full sun, but I don't know if that means full North Texas sun, right? Here's some tall dianthus in a couple different colors. And then these look like Shasta daisies. Let's see. Yes, so this also says full sun, hardy to -30. And then this looks like coreopsis. Let's see. Coreopsis, yes. It is also hardy to -40. Wow, these are tall coreopsis though. In the Home Depot video I posted yesterday, they had short coreopsis. So behind there is wax leaf ligustrum shrubs, some Japanese boxwood, and dwarf yaupon holly. And some of those don't look great. We had some cold weather hit, and it looks like it kind of hurt those. But some of them look just fine. Like that one looks good. So if you're out shopping for these, make sure you get one that still has some good green on it, so you don't have to wait for it to recover. All right, and then over here they have some really pretty geranium. Isn't that gorgeous? So they also have this other geranium in red. It's kind of like a hot pinkish red color. It's really, really pretty. And then calibrachoa is out. I'm really excited because I love calibrachoa. These aren't blooming yet, but this one is a yellow and it's like a double. And I probably need to get some of that. I love yellow flowers, yellow and green and kind of whitish and creamy. And then here's a mandarin, Aloha Kona mandarin calibrachoa. So that's exciting. And then over here, they have some more of the percallis. And these are really pretty. They have a few different colors of these. So they have this one that's like kind of bluish purple with the white eye. They have some that's actually more purple. That one's like a hot pink. And that one's like a hot fuchsia purple color. It's interesting how many different colors of these they have. And they're really pretty. Oh, and then above us, they've got petunia baskets. These are like a white yellow kind of green throat on them. Very pretty. I love that color of flower. I feel like you can see it from really far away. There's a bunch more percallis on there. And then over here, they have calendula. And I don't think I ever remember seeing calendula like this available in big plants. I could be wrong though, but that's pretty exciting. It says not hardy below 32. And I'm curious, is this the medicinal calendula? Does anybody know? Is there like a special variety? Okay, so here's some dianthus. These are looking really good. And then calibrachoa. I love this purple. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. There's the tag. And then they have some dark ones in there too. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then here's some that's pink with like yellow and pink, multicolored. Really pretty. And then I think that's calibrachoa too. It's just not really blooming. Yeah, it's got a few blooms on it. And then here's some snapdragon. And these snapdragon, y'all, they can't handle our heat. They're really pretty right now, but they won't last very long in the heat. All right, over here across the aisle, they just put out these cacti, and they're pretty big. And these ones say that they are cold tolerant. So that's cool. I don't know though about each individual species or cultivar or whatever. So this doesn't say. It just says they can go below 28 or much lower depending on the variety. So sorry about the noise, but you know, people are here. I'm at the store. But these are really cool. I don't know which ones actually do well here. Now these I think do well here. These red yucca, a lot of people have these planted and they're drought tolerant. But some of these other varieties, I'm not positive, you know, which ones do well. They're really pretty though. And then they have these baskets down here with like mixed varieties. Ready refill. Really pretty. These say cold tolerant. And these say cold tolerant. These are cool looking, huh? And then I've planted these before. They're called color guard. And something ate the roots from the bottom. I don't know if you can hear me very well, but something ate the roots from the bottom and it died, which is kind of unusual, I think. And then this is a crassula. This one doesn't say that it's cold tolerant. And so I like have no idea. If someone could tell me what they know about them, that'd be cool. This one's an agave and it says cold tolerant. So these are really cool. Okay. Oh, and then they have more baskets up here. And these are really pretty. Okay, let's head inside. Okay, we're inside now. Check this out. They did not have a bunch of this stuff when I was here, like yesterday. So they still have, you know, pansies. But okay, so dianthus. Beautiful. Snapdragons. Like I was saying, these snapdragons will not last through our heat. We have a bunch more calendula. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this aisle. Some calibrachoa. It's so exciting to see the warmer weather stuff. They've got the candy striper petunias, I think they're called. I'm not sure. It just says petunia SP, which means species. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, and then these aren't blooming yet, but they'll be blooming soon. So look at the picture on them. So look at the pictures, and then they'll be blooming soon. Okay, look at these begonia. Are these not amazing? I love this kind. They're so pretty. How the flowers come out like this. Can you see them under there? Oh my gosh. I love these. They like make me happy. So pretty. And then they have a bunch of petunia baskets up top. They're not filled in over here yet, but they will be soon enough. Wow, look at these snapdragon baskets. That's so pretty. They're very, very happy. Okay, so those are all petunia baskets up top. Dianthus, more dianthus. Marigold. So this is all similar to what we saw outside. Petunias. And then on the other side, we have a bunch of creeping Jenny and some big geranium baskets. And then some variegated English ivy, which is so pretty. I love the colors in this. It's kind of creamy. And then another English ivy. I'm not sure of the varieties on these. Does it say variegated? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway. And then asparagus ferns, bunch of those. So top and bottom. And then some spikes right here. And some pretty geranium baskets. And then continuing the shade plants, we've got a bunch of ferns. Look at all these ferns, you guys. Wow. Now, these are holly ferns, so they're Japanese holly ferns. I got a couple trays of those earlier. And then some of these big ones, too. These are huge. Big, big. Very pretty. And they have a bunch of, what are those called? I can't think of it now. I know some ferns you can eat that. I wouldn't eat it on those, but they're pretty. Big asparagus fern. Oh, and the holly fern, these are cold hardy. So these are considered evergreen here. You just need to trim back when they get kind of ratty like this. But I have some of those planted at a client's house, and they're looking good this year. They're ready to go. Now these Kimberly Queen Fern are gorgeous, but they are not hardy here. On the other side of the aisle for the part sun to shade stuff is some liriope. That's liriope muscari, which means it mounds. Liriope spicata means it spreads. So you need to know which one you're getting for which application you need. And then there's some pothos. Let's see. And some Asian jasmine. And those will perk up. They look a little sad right now, but they'll be just fine. They are alive. And here's some dwarf mondo grass. These don't spread very fast. If you need that, you got to buy them and you know, spread them out yourself. And then English ivy. More English ivy. More English ivy. More of the same we already discussed. Here's some pink jasmine that are like vining, and they have pretty pink flowers with a pink calyx. Let's see if I can get it to zoom. They're pretty cool. And then a bunch of liriope on the shelf. Okay, and now out here in the sun, we have a whole bunch of loropetalum. These are ruby fringe, and they are 6x6 tall and wide, and hardy to 10 to 0. So that's pretty good. These are those so sweet, what are they called? I can't remember now. Pink breath of heaven. Not sweet, but they smell sweet. It says part sun, hardy 10 to 0, 5x5 on the height, which is different than the tag I read at Home Depot yesterday, so that's interesting. This is Reeves spirea, which is very pretty. It looks like bridal wreath spirea, kinda. I wonder if that's the same thing, pretty much. And then they get 6x6 and hardy to -10. And if it's what I think it is, they will definitely get 6x6. Give them space. Listen to the spacing advice on that. This is a primrose jasmine, and it says it gets 6x6 also, and it's hardy to 10 degrees. And then these are oleander, and the oleander says it's a hardy red, and they have a warning saying that they are poisonous if consumed by animals or humans, which is good because they are very poisonous. It's like one of the top 3 poisonous plants. And these get 10x10, hardy to 10 degrees. These are Indian hawthorn. They are called Snow White Indian hawthorn, and they get 4x4, and they are hardy to 0 degrees. And then they've got a bunch of Eugenia topiaries, the 3-ball topiaries. These are so cool. I like these a lot. But these need to be overwintered in a greenhouse or inside your house or something. So they are, where is the information? 12 by 12, tall and wide. So they do get huge. And they're hardy down to 20. So you may be able to overwinter them if we have a mild winter. And then this is a cute little juniper called Parsoni juniper. Parsoni. And it gets 18 inches high and 48 inches wide. So it spreads out really far. And it's hardy down to -30. And then there's another juniper over here. It's called Blue Pacific Shore juniper. And it is 1 foot high by 6 foot wide. And it is hardy to -20. Very pretty. And then these look like sky pencil, yeah. Okay, sky pencil hollies. These get 6 to 8 high and 1 to 5 wide. So they're very narrow and tall. And they are hardy to -10. And then those are just regular Japanese boxwood. They are, it says part sun, but these will take full sun too. These are 3 to 6 tall and wide, and they get, they're hardy down to -10. So, okay, and then right behind me, they have bigger sky pencil holly. So they're pretty good size. They're maybe like 2.5 foot tall. And then behind them are some even bigger ones that are like 3 to 4 feet tall at least. Here's some red tip photinia, red robin, and it gets 10 foot high, 6 foot wide, and hardy to 0. Here we have some nandina. These are called DWF nandina. And they get about 2 by 2 and are hardy to -10. These say they're the same thing. However, they are completely different colors. So one was kept outside in the wintertime and one was kept in a greenhouse. So that's why they're different color. Here's some agapanthus. I love agapanthus when they bloom. I don't know if you can see it on that picture, but they have the most cool blooms that just hang out up top, and they're really pretty. And then that looks like Indian hawthorn up there. And then we've got some juniper. This is green mound juniper. It's 1 foot high and 4 to 6 foot wide and hardy to -20. This looks like blue rug juniper. Let's see if I can find a tag. Yes, blue rug juniper. I think you can see that. And it says it's 3 to 6 foot wide. No, that's height. 3 to 6, is that inches? Good grief. 3 to 6 inches high and 6 to 8 foot wide. There we go. So that is extremely wide. And no wonder they call it a rug, I suppose, right? And it's hardy to -40. This is called Youngstown juniper. And it's got a really pretty bronze cast on it right now. I'm assuming that's because of winter. Very pretty. It's 1 foot high and 4 foot wide and hardy down to -30. And then these are called sea green juniper, and they look like they get pretty big. Let's see, 4 to 6 foot high and 7 foot wide, and then they are hardy down to -30. And then those are those big sky pencil holly that I showed you a minute ago. And on the next aisle, we've got some emerald green arborvitae. These are 15 high, 4 foot wide, and hardy to -40. This looks like a leyland cypress, yeah. So here's a little leyland cypress. There's also larger ones around, I'm sure. 50 foot high, 15 feet wide, and then hardy to -10. And I have found that these like more water. These like more water than I'm willing to give them, so they don't do super great. But you know, you do you, and if you want to give them extra water, you do it. Okay, this looks like it got hit by the cold, but it is a gold spot euonymus, and it's 10 foot tall, 6 foot wide, hardy to -10. So it's still alive in there. There's still green on it. It's just throwing a fit and losing its leaves. I don't know much about those, so I'm assuming it would make it through, but I don't know for sure. And then those are emerald green arborvitae. Let's see, what are these? They look different. These are Westmont Chinese arborvitae, Thuja orientalis Westmont. So these get, where's the size? I didn't say it. Oh, reaches 3 foot tall and 2 foot wide, hardy to -10. So that's interesting. These are cool looking. Anybody grow those? There's 2 of them here. It'd look good flanking a front door or something. This looks like an Italian cypress. Let's see. It's a blue cypress, it says. And it gets 40 foot high, 6 foot wide, and hardy to 0. Those are all blue cypress. And then these are Blue Point juniper. It's getting dark. And they are 10 to 15 high, 5 to 7 wide, hardy to -30. Back behind me, they are huge Spartan juniper topiaries. Very cool. So these say 15 by 5. It's however you train it pretty much, right? And then 30 on the cold, -30, I'm sorry, on the cold hardiness. Same with this topiary, Spartan juniper. They're really pretty. So they have those, a couple of each. So if you need some of those to flank your front door, you know where to go. Here's 2 more. These are cone shaped. So they have cone, they have spiral, and then they have 3 ball. And they are really big. Nice specimen. And then they have one like this. Hetz blue. And it says as trained, hardy to -30. And it does look more blue than the other ones. But I only see one of those. And then this is a Circe's canadiensis. So it's a lavender twist redbud. And it gets 6 foot tall and 8 foot wide. And these are hardy to -20. And then these are Eugenia topiary. So Eugenia is not as cold hardy. So if you wanted a topiary, the juniper would probably be a better choice. So there's a bunch of redbud in there. Wax leaf privet looks like it got hit by that cold. It doesn't look good. And it's in standard form. So it's like lollipopped. Okay, these are magnolias, and they have a whole bunch of them. So these are called Bracken's Brown Beauty. That's not it. Bracken's Brown Beauty Magnolia. They get 50 foot tall and 30 foot wide, and they're hardy to -20. And then that's an Emperor 1 Japanese maple. This one I have heard can handle more of our sun. So if you have a spot that's a little sunnier and you want something that looks kind of like a bloodgood, this is the one for you. Emperor 1. So they get about 15 foot tall and 15 foot wide, and they're hardy to -20. And then that is some kind of holly that's tall. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see them all stuck together. Oh, it says sky pencil. So we already discussed those. And then here's some more Japanese maples. This one is a Crimson Queen. So it's about 10 by 10, hardy to -20. Same here. Same here. They have them all stacked together. Let me back up. Maybe you can differentiate them. So here's a pine here. I'm not sure what kind of pine this is. It's really cool though. It's in standard form. I don't see a tag. Oh, here it is. Here it is. No worries. It's a compact Tenyosho Japanese red pine. And again, I am sorry if I am mispronouncing that. I'm trying. It's about 12 foot tall and 18 foot wide, it says, is how big it'll get. And it's hardy to -30. And then they also have, so there's more Bracken's Brown Beauty back there, but there's something vining right here. Let's take a look. What is this? This is an evergreen clematis, however you want to say it, is fine. And it gets about 25 tall, and it says as trained on the width, and it is hardy to 0. And it has buds all over it. Can you see those? Here are the fruit trees. I'll just go through very quickly, and then I'll have to come back and do a video for each kind. So that way you guys can see what's actually out here. And then, so those are peaches. That is a persimmon. These are plums, and they are blooming. Do you see that? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then these are apples. Then they have some blueberries and blackberries. They have a few different kinds. I'll come back and do fruit trees. And then here are some olive trees and blueberries on the same rack. And then flowering trees. I'm thinking we talked about what they had already as far as the flowering trees. I may have done that on another video already. And then here are all their azaleas. And we did do a video on this. But I can come back and do like specific videos if y'all are interested in what kind of azaleas they have right now. And then roses. Look at all these roses. These are new. They didn't have all of these before. They had a different kind. Look at these. Aren't they pretty? Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. These are all knockout. Okay, over here are some huge topiaries in spiral form. These are emerald colonnade hollies. And they get, it says S trained. So I guess as big as you want. It says 12 foot tall, 8 foot wide in natural form. So zone 7 to 9, which is hardy to 0. Full sun. Wow, that is big. That is really big. And they have a couple of them. So let me back up. So if you need some big emerald colonnade holly topiaries, there they are. Let's see, what kind of holly is this? It's very pokey. I'm not seeing a tag. So there's some more really lush green hollies with little flowers all over them right there that are pokey, and I don't see a tag. This is April Remembered Ice Angels. This I planted the other day in a video, and I brought you guys along with me. 8x8, hardy to -10, and that's pretty darn hardy for a camellia. So that's why I chose that one. These look like boxwood. These are winter gem boxwood topiaries, 6x6, and these are trained into a cone, and they're hardy to -20. These are some kind of a Cuba. They're speckled and pretty. I like a Cuba. They're really good for shade. I'm not sure why they have them out here in the sun. But let's see. It says part sun / shade. This one's called Sunny Days, DAZE, Japanese laurel, which I thought this was an Akuba. Am I wrong? Is this not an Akuba? Oh, it is. So when we check the scientific name there, Akuba japonica. And these are hardy zone 6 to 10, which is down to -10. And they get about 4 foot tall and 4 foot wide. And they're really pretty. Really pretty plants. All right. And then these ferns are called foxtail ferns. These are so pretty. I love them. They're like whimsical. I love whimsical things. So foxtail fern by Monrovia. And they get about 2 foot tall by 3 foot wide. And they're hardy to 20. And I tried to overwinter some of these, and I'm still waiting to see what happens. But I'll let you guys know what happens. These are, what are these? I don't know what these are. They look kind of like podocarpus. Pokey, kind of cool looking. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, they're upright Japanese plum yew, Cephalotaxis fastigiata. So fastigiate means they grow upright. 10 foot tall, 8 foot wide, hardy down to -10. And these are cool looking. They look almost like a pine tree or something. Here's some fescue grass, Elijah blue. It is 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide, hardy zones 4 to 11. So hardy down to -30. Here's something that looks like an agave. Let's see. Agave blue glow. It is 18 inches tall, 24 inches wide, and it's hardy down to 10 degrees. Some more foxtail fern. Some more juniper. These are blue, ice blue, ICEE blue. And these are hardy down to -40. That's definitely a ground cover. It's very low. This one's dwarf Japanese garden juniper. Hardy down to -30. It gets 2 to 4 foot tall. No, 1 foot tall, 6 foot wide. In natural form, 2 to 4 foot. In staked form. Is this one staked? I don't know why it says all that stuff. This looks like a carex. Let me take a look. It is golden variegated. Let me get it up here. Golden variegated sweet flag, which is acarus. So it's not a carex. It's an acarus. So acarus ogon. And it is 10 inches tall, 6 inches wide, hardy down to -20. And it's a pretty cool variegation. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's like, it's almost like yellow with like a green stripe. Pretty cool. And then these are some red yucca. Let me pull one out. This one is, I don't know, just says red yucca, Monrovia. 4 foot tall, 4 foot wide, full sun, -20. And these can definitely take the full sun, and they're hardy here. So those do good. And their blooms are pretty cool. These boxwood look like they got kind of bit from the cold. Winter gem boxwood, 6 foot tall, 6 foot wide, hardy to -20. These are dwarf pampas grass, it looks like. Let me see. Ivory feathers, dwarf pampas grass. 10 foot tall, 6 foot wide, hardy down to 0. This looks like a type of yew, Y-E-W-U. Let's see. Dense spreading yew. And it is hardy down to -30. And it gets about 4 foot tall and 6 foot wide. That's pretty cool. And then they have some really nice camellia. Some of them are blooming. So let's take a look at this one. There you go. I think this is the April Remembered one that I planted the other day with you guys. Oh, here's some smaller topiaries. So they had that one large one over there where they have 2 this size. So if you wanted to start training it yourself, it's the same kind, Hetz blue. But these ones are just a lot smaller. So more affordable, right? And then they have some wisteria. I'm not sure if it's actually American, the Wisteria frusescens. You gotta do your research on that one, right? 25 tall, as trained on the width. Wisteria can be a thug and invasive. So be careful if you decide to grow that. These are awesome. Look at these. Aurelia. These aren't very cold hardy, unfortunately. They're only cold hardy down to 20. But they are so cool. Now, let me back up so you can see it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, there's more. Oh, those big leaves. They're so pretty. And then they have some boxwood tucked in there. Oh, they're not boxwood. They're holly. Emerald colonnade holly. Look at that. I've heard those holly do good here. I'm not sure. 12 foot tall, but 8 wide, and then hardy to 0 on those ones. So, okay, let's keep moving. Down here, they've got a whole bunch of, looks like carex tucked in there. And then next to a scallywag holly. So the scallywag holly, they look all pokey and kind of bronzed on the tips. They're kind of cool looking. Okay, let's see. Scallywag, 4 foot tall, 3 foot wide, hardy to negative 20. It says full sun, but who knows? Okay, so these guys are cool. Let's see, this looks like the same thing. Ice Dance Japanese Sedge. So, carex something. I can't see it very well. It's getting dark out here. So, carex are cool, and this one's pretty tall for a carex. It is a foot tall, and it says it's spreading. Hardy zone's 5 to 9. I like carex a lot. It does well because it looks grassy, but you don't have to cut it down or anything. Okay, now this is a Pittosporum. This one is variegated. It's very pretty. I like the variegation. Okay, let me find a tag. 30 inches tall, 30 inches wide, hardy to 10 degrees. Very pretty. Cream Dement dwarf Pittosporum. And then there's another one of those. So if you need 2. And then this is Wheeler's dwarf Japanese Pittosporum. And it is 3 foot tall, 5 foot wide, hardy to 10 degrees. And it's not variegated. What is this guy? This is a Southern Moon Yeda hawthorn. So 6 tall, 8 wide, hardy to 0 on that one. More Pittosporum. Here's another carex sedge. Grassy looking thing that's not actually a grass. Carex grass evergold. It's got a pretty variegation. Over here on this rack, they've got sky pencil holly, that sedge we just looked at a few minutes ago that's pretty tall. This looks like a viburnum. David viburnum. 3 foot tall, 4 foot wide, hardy zone 7 to 9, so hardy down to 0. And it's pretty. It's like putting on blooms. And then these are the spreading Japanese yew that I planted in that video the other day. So Japanese plum yew. And they get 3 foot tall, 4 foot wide, hardy to negative 10. This looks like a forsythia that is about to start blooming. It looks like there's a flower in there. Let me see. It is a forsythia, magical gold forsythia. 5 foot tall, 4 foot wide, hardy to negative 20, and they bloom in the spring and they are glorious. That is that same evergreen clematis. This is a different akuba. We didn't look at this one. Mr. Gold Strike. Look how pretty. Okay, 6 foot tall, 5 foot wide, hardy to negative 10. This is the upright plum yew that we saw earlier. It looks kind of pokey, but it's not super pokey. Let's see what they have around on the other side. More akuba, another clematis, more forsythia, and that looks like blueberry. These are blueberries, I think. What does that say? Bountiful Blue. I think these are, I can't get it out. Let me see. Okay, I got it out. This is Monrovia's Bountiful Blue Blueberry. It gets 4 foot tall and 4 foot wide. Sorry about that. And it's hardy to -10. And I will tell you, I had bought this blueberry several years ago, and it produced so many bowls full of blueberry in the spring, and it was amazing, and they were delicious. So I kept it in a pot because blueberries like acidic soil, and I amended the soil. And I didn't really fertilize after that. I just amended it when I planted it, and it produced so well. So highly recommend Bountiful Blue by Monrovia. These are really good. Delicious for North Texas. Okay, let's get over here. This looks like a Distillium. Let me see. Yes, cast in bronze Distillium. Zone 7 to 9, so that's 10 degrees, I believe. This is Diamond Spire Gardenia. Zone 7 to 9. I planted some of those. They didn't do great. They may not have had enough sun. I don't know. Maybe my soil is too alkaline. These are Paul's Gold Chamiaciferous. They are so cool. They're like fluffy, and they don't hurt you, and they're so pretty. I haven't ever planted any Chamiaciferous, however you say it. Do y'all use this plant? Has anybody used it? I'm curious. It's called Paul's Gold Chamiaciferous, and it says it's full sun to part shade, 5 high, 6 wide. Hardy zones at 5 to 8. So what is that, -20, I think? I could be wrong. And then these are all gardenias. Okay, so it's, unfortunately, it's getting pretty dark. So I feel like you guys can't see the plants very well. And I want you to be able to see what I'm trying to show you. So to be continued. This will be, I guess, part 1 for Lowe's. And I will come back and show you more stuff, hopefully tomorrow if I have time. So, because they have like, they have like lots and lots and lots of stuff that they didn't have the first time I did this. So I really want to show you what they have, and then we can talk about what does well here. And look at this here. I'm going to spin around so you can see. Look at all these palms. Just like they have like tons of stuff that they didn't have before. And it's very exciting. So, okay. So I'm going to get out of here and try to post this tonight. And I so appreciate everybody that's watching and commenting and sharing. And please, if you haven't yet, like, share, subscribe, comment, all the things. It encourages me and it helps my channel grow. And I want to build a community so we can talk about all the fun stuff. So y'all have a great night, and I'll try to come back tomorrow and get the rest of everything. So thanks again. Good night.